Collective, I've got your extended look for that daily reading coming up in just a moment. We're going to get clarifiers on these cards on the table, run an outcome, and then look at Oracle to close out the reading for you all today. If you're brand new, I appreciate your curiosity. My name's Cody. I'm your Conscious Soul Warrior. I appreciate every single one of you for hitting that like button, that subscribe button, notification bell if you haven't already. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. Thank you all for your continued love and support. Let's jump right in. To book a personal reading or to check out my other platforms, everything's going to be in that link tree in the description box. So we're going to get clarified on what's here right now. As you know, you're starting to see some results from your manifestation coming in. Some of you might be a little conflicted on the results. I feel like your Eight of Swords, Two of Swords out here. There's a bit of a mental block still about that detachment. It's difficult for us to imagine that our frequency and our vibration is what's going to create results. If we can just think it, then we can achieve it. And when there are so many conflicting thoughts out there preventing you from staying focused on being successful, being abundant, being on track, right? You are successful, you are abundant. I've got the Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords. This is some sort of a battle and a conflict with your thinking, your thought process. You're kind of locked in here. But there's some many manifestations that you have happening. This happened to me too. This is where I say I always catch angel numbers and the number changes right when I look. This has been my mini micro manifestation that I keep seeing happening because I feel it and I know it. And I always catch angel numbers. You hear how I'm saying this is an affirmation, and I believe it because I've seen it. I've seen proof of it. And it keeps showing me results of how I think and feel something. It keeps happening. That's how manifestation works. This is about you adjusting your vibration to say, this is what happens. This is what synchronizes in my life right now. This is what's always occurring. It can happen with negativity as well. This is why there's a bit of a block. We're kind of conditioned, okay, because of our ancestral teachings, our societal teachings, our cultural teachings. We have a block here, okay? Tell me about the Two of Swords. Tell me about the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords came out with that Fool card. The Fool card's blind faith. This is blind faith, that this is the way things are now. This is the way things should have always been. And so this is you making major changes in your life. But the Two of Swords is a mental conflict here, okay? Two of Swords is this mental conflict that we have. What's going on here? High Priestess. It's a vibrational alignment that we need to have this synchronization with. It's about trusting yourself, trusting that feeling. We have to trust it. The Four of Pentacles. Because you're still holding on. And this is that lack mentality. That is a lack mentality. You don't trust the process yet. But once you start to see these minimal micro manifestations started to come through, it will happen. There's a bit of a block with your trusting the process here. The small manifestations coming in, that is wonderful. This is something that should feed you positively towards trusting the process, but it's difficult. This is deeply embedded. I mean, if you've only known that clipping coupons and working hard and struggling to survive is the way it's just always supposed to be. This is what your ancestors did. This is what your parents did. This is what you kind of have as a construct of how your family has always been. To escape that mentally and put yourself in a successful mentality is basically like asking yourself to learn a new language. And it takes time. It takes time to learn it, to use it properly, to become familiar with it, for it to become basically a muscle memory, right? We're looking for that muscle memory where it becomes natural, a natural thing that you easily slide into. I got here the Three of Cups, then the Nine of Cups. Now this is minor arcana, right? There's this moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I see it, I feel it. This is what should be fueling you, right? That moment of feeling like, oh, that's where we want to be manifesting from: optimism, positivity. right? Gratitude from seeing the results coming in. That is where you're starting to feel more of this shift into a positive way of feeling, positive way of thinking. Now, when you're thinking bigger and you're feeling more, this is whenever your head and your heart are in alignment vibrationally. That's when the real results are going to be coming back in here. Let's look at this little cluster here. We're going to clarify this right here. The strength card. Yeah, you're starting to gain confidence. It feels more natural. This is a shift in you taming the beast of that resistance to something positive happening, to feeling like this is as easy as it sounds. To just shift your vibration. I mean, oh, okay, if it's so easy, you know. We are not machines, though. It's not a light switch. We can't just think it and therefore it is. This is detachment and a conditioning. Because you were conditioned into thinking it the way it was, you need to be reconditioned into thinking how it actually is. And it's not just what you were taught. This is everything around you as well. Everybody around you, here's the 10 of Cups. Everyone around you is also talking about how this struggle in life, we've got the 4 of Swords coming out. This is a new introspection and finally starting to feel like it's mentally clicking. This is you starting to feel at peace with this, the results. Gaining that confidence. There's the Emperor. Being able to really focus in a more peaceful mindset on a new way of thinking. Turning up major abundance here. Tell me about the Emperor and the Judgment card. We got the 10 of Wands. I almost feel like you're taking this on as a personal challenge for you to just get it. Completely change the way you feel, change the way you think. A lot of you are a little frustrated at the fact that this is not easier. Many of you are feeling like, you know, I'm the one who's in control of my mind. So why is this such a challenge? Tell me about the Judgment card. 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune also hanging out. Tell me about the World card. Knight of Pentacles. Three of Cups. 6 of Wands. Okay. It's going to be a process, but there's moments of celebration. You're your only limitation, honestly. Here's the King of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. I love when these two come out together because in the regular Rider-Waite, both of these individuals have a bunch of water that is like all in chop all around them. Yet both of these cards represent balance. Balance over your emotions, the ability to make things happen, handle things as they come up with mental and emotional clarity. I love when these both come out together. It's almost as if my guides always put out the Hermit and the 4 of Swords together, the 9 and the Knight of Wands together. They always put these out together. But yeah, this is about maintaining your emotions and your thoughts and rolling with things as they happen, handling it as things come up. Basically rolling with the punches, you know. Not everything is going to be a smash out of the park. No one can master a new language overnight. No one. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how photographic your memory is. To master an entire language in one day, come on. We're not computers. We are not robots. As much as everybody has adoration for AI, we are not. It's a grandiose way of thinking, and it's a way of people fantasizing about perfection, which is procrastination personified, actually. So there it is, that mental block towards your confidence, confidently feeling like this is what you can do. We have you completely changing everything, leaving everything you once knew, you once thought to be true, pushing that aside for what actually is. This is the real wisdom. This is the real knowledge. This is a gift from God to receive this kind of information, and to look a gift horse in the mouth is throwing opportunity away towards your ultimate emotional fulfillment here. I've got the Eight of Wands. We've got the Empress card. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. I think there's a bit of confusion on how you are speaking, how you are thinking, matching this up. And I think once you master your head and your heart's alignment, this is going to be a no-brainer to use all of these cute terminologies. Let's go ahead and clean this up and we will get an outcome. All right, so let's look at an outcome for you. What can I tell? The collective, what's an outcome? Slowly changing here. There's that Three of Cups again, third time out, overcoming everything. I think you just need to focus on the positive. Everything positive is where your mentality needs to be stubbornly fixated on. The celebration of what it's going to look like in that future role. Shifting yourself vibrationally to that look down the road. I am successful. And you start to feel what that feels like, to be able to just do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. You become the boss of you. The Emperor drives this chariot. This is complete and total focus. Anytime anything negative pops up, these decks are sitting back here. Anytime anything negative pops up, block it. No, it's not true. It's not true, because you are the only thing standing between success and getting there. Because I say this all the time, the only thing we have control over is how we think and feel. That's it. Everything else is reactionary. Everything else is just happening around us. But that's where you need to figure out how to let go of where you were. Figure out how to let go of where you were. That stress, that anxiety, that fuel will create itself if you're not careful with what you're manifesting here. Everything we think and feel is going to affect our quantum field. Everything around us. Careful with your thoughts. That's where you need to master the art of manifestation. The law of attraction is your own mind. Your own mind is the key to unlocking your own true success. We've got the Hierophant again. Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles. This is you fighting that blind faith and not trusting the process. You need to chunk everything you once thought you knew and just start receiving information of what is actually true. Okay, we don't need to be taking advice from people who are not where you would want to trade places with. If people are trying to guide you and help you, if you wouldn't trade places with them, those are not the people you need to be listening to. Okay, all right, let's get some oracle to close you out. I'm going to look and see how to get that money flow in. We got a money flow deck here. Let's get that money flow in. Illumination. The truth will come to light. Exactly. This is about really focusing on the new information, this clarity, this insight, this wisdom. What you knew from the past is not true. It's not true. What you've been taught and what you think you know, it needs to be revisited. It needs to be revised. Okay, this is a total revision of how things used to be. We've got alchemy coming out here. A lot of us are blocking the idea that it's that simple of just thinking it and therefore it is, right? A lot of us think that, you know, if I just think about $1 million, it's going to show up on my doorstep. Okay. No, it's shifting yourself to the idea of feeling like what it would be like to open up your bank account and see all them zeros, and to feel comfortable and have total liberation from stress of money. That's what it's about. It's a vibration. It's a feeling. It's not about magical words, okay? We've got gifts, perfect fit. There's that perfectionism showing up again. You're meant to be here is what it says. This is about you figuring out what that gift is. This is your hidden talents. Putting yourself vibrationally in that feeling. We've got that coming out. We've got the direction. We've got shedding. Shedding this misdirection that you've had in the past. Finding your purpose in life, fulfilling your purpose in life. We've got music and beauty coming out here. Some of you may be feeling like your more creative side has been really underutilized. You may have been more in your physical way of producing and your more mental way of producing. Some of you may be drawn to your more creative way of producing. This could be shedding ideas that it only is capable of achieving wealth and abundance through hard work or through menial jobs that you're only partially invested in. All right. Got wisdom. There's the wisdom, there's that celebration again. They want you to really feel excited. They want you to start celebrating all of those big moments, those small moments. This is going to help you to create that manifesting energy. We create through our emotions. This is how our vibration affects our ability to draw in what we're thinking and feeling. So that's where you need to really start to educate yourself, is on that feeling, that fun, how you are presenting what it is that you're producing, presenting what you're producing. We've got outside forces as well. So a lot of you are needing to identify some of these unpredictable interferences that are coming in that you need to consistently battle with, right? People may tell you, oh, I've heard about that. That doesn't work, or that takes too long, or that's not how you do it, and that's not how our family does it, or whatever the case may be. But you're going to have naysayers. I would advise you to say as little as possible to people who are going to reverse manifest against what you are figuring out, what you're finding out, especially if you would not trade places with those people. Okay. Let's look at some manifest success cards. I am ready for true success. These are affirmation cards. This is about telling yourself, believing in yourself. Everything I dream of is achievable. Everything I dream of is achievable. This is a mentality. My success is inevitable. You are meant to do this. I have all the tools and resources to create success. We are limitless. Really, we are. We are limitless in acquiring what it would take and to achieve whatever it is you're creating and wanting to do. Limitless. I reach success by staying focused on my goals. Yes, don't get distracted. Don't slip into these old ways of thinking and feeling. Right? We're trying to break free of the habits that blocked us and kept us limited for so long. We're trying to break free of those things. I love and respect money. Money is not evil. The intent of what you do with money is where things go awry. Money itself is not evil. It is not. I am always growing and transforming. I am always growing and transforming. We do not want to stay stagnant. I fear for people who get locked in routine and stay residual for the rest of their lives. I feel truly sad for them. People love to pay me for my work. I say this into my water. I say it into my water and then I drink it in. I believe it. I feel it. Affirmation. My past does not define my future. We are only as big and bold as our thinking and our thought process. And if you are going to limit yourself to what you've always felt and what you've been taught and what you know, and you are not going to allow for any other possibilities or any other outcomes to have their way into your world and have a way to help you create the abundance you're trying to create, then you will stagnate. You will stay limited. You absolutely will. I like this little deck here too. I release what doesn't serve me. That limited thinking is not protecting you. It's not doing you any favors at all. I am supported. Look at these angel wings. Even if you feel like you are physically alone, you are not spiritually alone. You are never alone. You are always supported. Your angels, your guides, your guardians are trying to get your attention. Trust me. You have to be open to receive it. May those with eyes to see and ears to hear receive this message, right? I am happy. Yeah, that's step one for manifestation, is choosing joy. You can either choose joy and create from there, or you choose sadness and loss and you create from there. It's your choice. I have a higher purpose. We have to believe to achieve. I have a higher purpose. Yes, absolutely. I speak highly of myself. It all starts with you. Confidence is key. It's what you think and feel is what's affecting your quantum field. It all starts with you. I follow my heart. She's literally holding a real heart. I love it. I follow my heart. I don't go with what I see. I don't go with what I'm thinking. I don't go with what I've been taught. I go with my vibration, with my frequency. If it feels right for me, if it feels like this makes me feel lighter, this makes me feel happy, this makes me feel joy, that's where I'm headed. That's where I would love to just sit and create from. I deserve respect. RESPECT. Yes. You deserve it. You deserve respect. Okay, collective. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, playing along. If you need to book a personal, everything's going to be in the link tree, the description box of this video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that notification bell. This will alert you every time I'm energetically called to come on or to bring you new content. And until next time, collective, remember your vibration is the primary law. The law of attraction is the secondary law. The law of attraction is what happens as a result of your vibration. So that's where it needs to all start from. Until next time, all the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand. Y'all take care.